Hello and welcome back to the Millie and Olive podcast.
Hello, everyone. It's very exciting because it's light while we're filming.
It is light while we're filming, but we've still had to put the main light on because I just think we're losing it quick.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to go.
But I feel like it's the turning of spring, the fact it's light.
I'm really noticing it in the mornings as well at the moment. Like, it's kind of light before 7, which is mega.
Yeah.
The things it does to my mood at the moment is crazy.
Couldn't agree more. I feel buzzing.
Yeah, me too.
Buzzing.
Yeah. There's a beautiful blossom tree outside my
It was a
window.
beautiful blossom tree. She's lovely.
Yeah, really getting in the spring spirit.
Yeah.
Is that jumping the gun?
No, I think now that the daffodils are out, we've got cream eggs in the shops.
Yeah.
It's spring to me.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, the Easter eggs are fully stacked up on the shelves. We'll have to do an Easter special at some point.
Oh, well, do you know what? I actually had like cream eggs, but it was a Biscoff egg.
Yeah, I haven't tried them.
They're actually really good.
Are they?
And I was questioning it because I do think Biscoff is everything's bloody Biscoff, isn't it? Like, I feel like Biscoff is quite widespread, but it did actually slap.
I do think there is a reason that Biscoff is widespread, though. I do think we shit on it a bit too much. And actually, it is bloody good.
Yeah.
I think the Easter game is ramping up with the Easter eggs. The things I see. Have you seen that guy? Can't remember his name on Instagram, and he tests out all the Easter eggs so you don't have to. So he buys all the cool new ones that they're getting in shops, like M&S and stuff, get all cool ones. And he'll say, it's a bit crap.
Yeah.
Or, oh no, actually this is filled with gorgeous stuff. So
Yeah.
I kind of live my Easter life through him.
Oh, I like we'll have to save all our Easter chat for the
Yeah,
Easter
yeah,
special.
sorry.
Have you been?
I've been good. I'm still unable to run, annoyingly.
Have you spoken about this on the pod?
I think we have briefly. Just to summarise, I've got a hip injury. I've had it since the beginning of January. And I've been on 2 runs since January, which is not much for me, both of which made it worse. And I have had a physio appointment and they've said, to stop running for now, that I've got, it's called a TFL injury. And yeah, it basically just means anything high impact, like running, even sometimes walking, if I'm going on a long walk, causes me pain there. So I'm out of action on the running, which is really sad, but I just know I need to take it seriously because these sorts of things can take a while. And I just want to be able to run in the spring. Like, that's what I'm stressed about, is I've only missed out on the cold, dark months really of running. So that's fine. But I really want to get back soon. So I'm taking my rehab seriously. I've got
pink stretches there.
Yeah, I've got my foam roller. Have you ever tried a foam roller before?
Yeah, they're really painful.
Awful.
Yeah.
How did I not know this? I had this perception that a foam roller would be really soft and spongy. I've always seen them at the gym, right? Never touched one. Never needed to. And then I ordered one before even trying it at the gym. And I got it out of the box and I thought, this must be wrong. They sent me the wrong thing. Or I bought the cheapest, shittest one. Why does it feel like 1,000 smashed up bricks merged into a tube? It's awful. But they obviously do work. And I've been trying to use it once a day. And I do think it's doing something.
I think it will. But when I've had injuries in the past, I remember I bought one for myself before.
Yeah.
I don't know where it is now. And it did actually help, but it does bloody hurt. Like putting all your pressure on it.
Especially the sore area, yeah. So I've now actually, to get my cardio in, I've taken up spin classes.
Look at her.
I've been to 3, only 3 so far, but I've been trying to do, my aim is to do 2 a week because it's a sport that I don't feel that hip injury during. It's a form of cardio, even like Stairmaster, I feel my hip, so I have to be careful. So yeah, I've been to a few now at my local gym, just signed up there. And I've been really enjoying them. They're bloody hard work. And I come out looking like I've been swimming in that room. I think people think there's a secret swimming pool in there when I come out, because genuinely I'm drenched. And it does mean my hair wash days are ever more frequent.
Yeah.
You cannot get out of the spin without them to wash your hair. It's crazy. But I've really been enjoying them. A different way of moving my body and keeping me sane while I can't get out there in the beautiful fresh air.
My fear always with spin classes is getting picked on.
So I think I don't know if you remember this, but we went to a spin class a long time ago at Pump Gyms in Colchester.
With a lady who had spiky hair.
The spiky-haired woman. And she was a picker. She would come round and go, you're not working hard enough.
Yeah.
Up your bloody whatever it is. What do they call it?
Resistance.
Your resistance,
Yeah.
that is the word for it. Should know this.
Yeah.
I went to one last night. And I have this perception now as well, saying that but they don't. And the beauty of my spin room is it's actually not very big. So she wouldn't be able to...
She can't come around.
She can't walk around. They don't point out. I will say, I've had a few different instructors. One I didn't particularly like. I won't name names. Didn't like her tunes.
What was she playing?
Playing Camp Rock. I'm playing at Camp Rock. And if anyone knows Olive and I, that's just not our cup of tea.
What Camp Rock song? Do you remember?
I did. We rock.
Oh.
We rock on.
No.
That, yeah. And she did like Justin Bieber. Love me, say that she loves me.
That's not like...
It's random. So they weren't very in the mood songs. And
Yeah.
I found that she was doing too much. So there was a part at the beginning, she's like, oh, has everyone been to my spin classes before? Raise your hand if you haven't. No one raised their hand. I didn't raise my hand. And I thought I should have, because there was points where she'd go, right, so now we're going to do the figure of eight a routine, and doesn't explain it. Then she's on the bike going, push up, and back. And I'm going, what on earth am I supposed to do? It took me, I had to really like quickly. So I've realised I've been very physical here, and I keep forgetting we're doing a podcast. But basically, she was doing too much with her hands. And it was like a full
dance routine.
Yeah, it was a choreographed routine. So, and then I went to one last night, and I much preferred the instructor, preferred the tunes. She did a bit of shake.
Oh, yeah.
It's a bit more like old school, but good stuff.
Yeah.
And she just wanted to bike and do the resistance. She didn't want to do the press-ups, the tricep dips, and the figure of eight, and the triangles, and the...
I mean, some people probably love that, but I'd be the same as you. I just want to bike and listen to some good music.
You can go to spin classes, can't you? That they have dumbbells on the backs of the bike. It's quite common. I think it's like Soul Cycle, another one does it. And you do routines. So they do frighten me a little bit. But yeah. But so
Good
there you
for
go.
you.
I'm a spinner now. I'll keep you updated on my journey. But hopefully I won't. Hopefully I'll be back running soon. But on the running note, Olive, do you want to share your news?
I mean, I suppose it is a big deal, but I ran my first half marathon recently. Woo! A couple of weeks ago. Wasn't like a intended, scheduled, anything half marathon. It was a Sunday morning. Crazy what you can do on a Sunday when you haven't had drinks on a Saturday and you're not hungover, because 9 times out of 10, I'm normally hungover on Sunday, but this one I wasn't. It was a nice enough day. And I said to Patsy, should we go for a run? And he was like, yeah. I was like, I kind of fancy a long one. Like, should we do like a 15? Because the most we've done is what, like 16
together,
yeah. I was like, I'd quite like to do a good 15. And I was like, let's run towards Richmond Park, because that's like a good 5K for us to get there, 4 or 5K. You know, run around a bit, come back. We could do a nice 15 in that. So he was a bit like, oh, maybe a 10. I was like, oh, fair enough. Like, because he hasn't run in a while. I'm really going into the detail here. But I feel like you need to know the thought process behind it. So we ran. It was just feeling good, going at a really, really steady pace, like a 6:30 pace, which was really comfortable. We sort of ran around the outskirts. And sort of as we were coming near to like the end of Richmond Park, I was like, by the time we're back, we'll have done like 17K. And I was like, another 4K and we'll have done a half marathon. Let's try and extend it. So we did. We did end up running separately. But we both did do it. So the last 4K I was running by myself with no music. Was tough. But I did have energy. And yeah, ended up doing a half marathon, which I was so proud of myself for. My legs were in tatters afterwards. Respect people that do half marathons. Respect people that do marathons. Ridiculous. Because honestly, I was almost like limping along a little bit. But it just felt really, I actually really enjoyed it. It felt really good.
Yeah, well, we spoke about it before, didn't we? We wanted to do one for a while. But the thing that sometimes puts you off is you have this like perceived goal in mind that you want to do this pace and this and that. But actually, if you just treat it as a nice leisurely run, then it's enjoyable. And then you can just get better from there.
My overall pace was in the 6s. It was an
But
over
still
2
run.
hour half marathon, over 2 hours. But I don't care about that. I think when you're on social media and you're seeing all these people doing like 1 hour 30 half marathons and all this sort of stuff, like respect, that's great. But also, it's also fantastic to do one like at any speed. So I'm trying to, you know, take away that pressure. But no, it was really, really enjoyable. And now, like, it's only up from here. Like, hopefully I can do one slightly quicker. But also, I don't really care. I'm like super proud of it. So yeah, I'm all smug. I've done the half marathon. But then it's funny. Like, I did a 5K today. Awful. Hated every second. Felt really slow. But during that, I felt strong and good. Like, it's crazy how you...
It just varies. It depends how well you're fueled, depends how tired your legs are, how well you slept. I think there's so much to it.
To be fair, we did have a Bleecker burger the night before, which is like a really nice burger place. I think it's in Soho. We just got delivery. And it was so good, and had like a double cheeseburger with bacon and
I love
fries and all that good stuff. So I was well fueled. I think that's a really important thing. Like if I'd, you know, just had a measly salad or something, I wouldn't have been able to do that. So yeah. So that's that.
And on to today's episode, I guess. Yeah.
So today we are talking about productivity. We wanted to share our productivity tips and wisdom. I'll actually say, I want to give us credit where credit's due. I think we do have some good tips and tricks. To give like a bit of context, it's not really context, but we've always, like, at school we were sort of nerds, but in the sense that
we have to work hard.
But we were always proper revisers. We obviously both went to uni, so we've like had to be productive through that. I did a master's, and then obviously we're now both working, and productivity is hard. It's a hard thing, but I feel like we've sort of learned some good little tips and tricks.
Some little hacks and just little things that work specifically for us. We know there's loads of people out there that preach about. There's some very key mainstream things, and we'll touch on those too. But yeah, hopefully this is just a little bit inspiring and helpful for the next time you're in a bit of a slump and you need to get something done, whether that's at work, whether that's studying, whether that's just you need to clean your bloody room and you need some productivity to do that. It doesn't have to be... I think you can take these tricks and apply them elsewhere to some sorts of settings.
I used to love like listening to podcasts and watching videos about productivity. I don't know why I find it quite oddly satisfying to listen to. I do feel like a bit of a fraud because it's a Friday today and I've had a very unproductive day. But
it also does seem odd talking about productivity on a Friday night because all I want is a bloody glass of wine. I don't want to be talking about studying and working and making notes, but you're going to do it because you're probably not listening to this on a Friday. So yeah.
Got a new first tip and trick.
Our first tip and trick is to eat the frog.
Oh yeah, that was just
eat the frog. Mic drop.
Eat the frog first, isn't it?
I thought it was just eat the frog. Or maybe it's eat the frog
I think it's eat the frog first.
Okay, but eat the frog first. And I said this at work the other day, and people were like, what? What does that mean? Yeah, apparently it's not like a well-known... Well, I thought it was. I think there's different terms for it. But this just means get the hardest task done first. Is that what it means? That's what I'd say it means. Yeah. And I do this all the time, to be honest. You know, you've got some task that you know is going to take more thought power or is a bit more challenging in some way. Just get it over and done with. Like, what are you, like, kicking the can down the road for? I feel like it's a burden in your mind when you're doing your other tasks. If you know deep down, I've still got to do that bloody thing. And then it just opens up for you to be productive in all your other little tasks more so.
Well, it's just good to get like that dopamine hit. You're satisfied, you've done something tough. And then, you know, you can do more measly tasks and it's not as much pressure. I always find I have to do that. I have to do almost like what I'm dreading the most first.
Yeah.
Also because I think for us, we are more productive earlier on in the day. And I think that's an important thing to note is that everyone is different. So even though it's quite a general productivity tip to eat the frog first, you might find that you are more productive in the afternoons, evenings, in which case maybe you don't want to eat the frog first. Maybe you want to eat it later. So it is about knowing yourself a little bit here. But I think most people are earlier. But just be aware that you might not be like that.
Know when's best to eat your frog. Work out that time. And for us, I remember actually at uni, because we work so well early and not well at all later. And that honestly, productivity just goes down. And I remember when I was like revising for exams, I was getting up at like 4 a.m. at some point. But then I would stop so much earlier than everyone else because my brain cannot work past a certain time. It was kind of odd. It's not like my productivity runs out after a set length of time. It was almost a time on the day that went, no more. And that's usually lunchtime.
Oh God. I remember having a conversation at uni with my friend Becca, and we lived together, and I was the same. I'd get up early, I'd be revising, doing work really early, and I remember chatting to my friend Becca about it, and she was like, oh, like, I'm so impressed, like, how you get up so early, how do you do it? But I remember thinking and saying, like, well, I do also stop working at 4 p.m, whereas you're working into the evening because that works for you, and that's when, but I'm not doing that. So, like, my way isn't right. My way is right for me and your way is right for you.
Yeah.
But I remember, like, always at uni, even in like the middle of hefty exams, like loads of revision and stuff, I would never work beyond dinner time, ever.
No.
Literally ever. Like, it just was pointless for me. So that did sometimes mean that we had to get up quite early.
But
it's knowing
the same amount of like, quality of work as someone else. So obviously now working though, it doesn't always work that way in your job. So example being, I work with the US, so that means they come online after my lunchtime, and that means often if I'm waiting for something back from someone or I've got some big meetings, they're often in the afternoon. So I've had to now learn and be adaptive to that fact, and this is where the other tricks and tips come into play. So Olive, do you want to give another one?
Yeah, I don't know why I'm laughing. I think it's just the name of it. Like, I feel, to me, it feels a bit over talked about, but it is helpful. Is the Pomodoro technique?
Pomodoro.
I don't know why it makes you laugh. I just feel like maybe it's my For You page that gets served up with this sort of stuff.
I do always feel a bit like bore off.
I remember seeing when I was on this side of TikTok at one point, and everyone was saying the one tip and trick that will get you to work harder, and everyone would always go on about the Pomodoro. So I'll tell you what the Pomodoro is. I think this is correct, is that you do work for a set amount of time, focused work for, let's say, 40 minutes. I think that is the set amount of time, isn't it? 40 minutes.
I think that is what the Pomodoro time is.
So you're really focused, you're working hard, but then you have a 20-minute break where you completely remove yourself from what you're doing. I think probably what the ideal would be getting outside or just doing something to completely change your state. And then you do another 40 minutes, and then you do another 20 off. So like 40 on, 20 off. So giving yourself those regular breaks, because it just keeps your brain fresh. Your brain gets tired so quickly. You need to like nurture it and look after it. And it's like, say you were doing training at the gym and you were just non-stop for an hour. Mm-hmm. And not stopping for a second.
I'm just thinking, we've been so visual at this podcast. I keep forgetting people don't watch.
Just imagine doing shoulder press non-stop, daily set.
That's not effective.
It's just not effective. You have to have breaks. Like, you know, and it's the same with your brain. Like, you need to have breaks. And yeah, that's basically what it is.
No, and I think also on the back of that, what's important is what you do in those breaks.
Yeah.
So don't just sit at your desk and pick up your phone and start doom scrolling. I mean, it sounds obvious that you shouldn't do that, but I've been guilty of it before. Try and remove yourself from your desk setting if you can. And for me, that often means sitting on my bed.
Yeah.
Different when I'm in the office. I will say it's a bit harder to get those breaks in.
It is.
I'm a frequent get a cup of tea or coffee all the time. People laugh at me constantly coming back to me and like building up this big pyramid of mugs on my desk because it's a good way to get a break in. Go for a walk, as you say. I remember doing this at uni as well. I'd go for literally 10-minute walks around the block. I think our neighbours must have thought I was a fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Because I would just constantly be walking past and then going back in the house.
Yeah.
Great way to refresh your brain. So yeah, try reading your book. We've done that a lot. Read a book. Give it a go. But I do find that is probably one of the best methods. And in the afternoon, sometimes we won't do 40-20. You don't have to do 40-20.
No, that's true.
You can do 50-10. I probably wouldn't.
No.
I've done 30-30.
I've done 20-40.
I've done 5-55. No. I've done 159. Christ, how far can we go? But yeah, adapt it to how it works for you. As long as you're like keeping things moving, don't be so hard on yourself about those breaks. Those breaks are actually productive.
I think this is the thing, especially in like, I think it's more normalised when you're revising to have those breaks. But I do feel like in the corporate world and in work, it's not as normalised to have like a 10-15 minute break in between hours. Like, it's not really how a workday is structured, is it, when you think about it? But I think it bloody should be.
Yeah, so try and find those ways.
Yeah, if you can.
Yeah.
Even if it is just quickly making yourself a cup of tea.
Yeah.
You might literally be able to snatch 2 minutes, but just try and get it where you can, those breaks.
Another one, and this will help with those breaks, well, somewhat, but it is to limit those digital distractions. I think we want to do a whole podcast on this generally anyway, so I won't go into too much depth on this, but obviously if you've got your phone next to you, we are chronically addicted to them. It's very tempting to just keep picking it up and having a quick scroll, what's going on Instagram, put it back down, get back on.
I'm going to hold my hands up here as well and say that this is something I have not mastered. I don't know if I've really mastered any of this, to be honest, but I know that all these things work. But I can tell you today, I'd send off an email and then I'd just go on my phone for 5-10 minutes. Like, I honestly, I do it. I did it today.
I do. I 100% do it. We all do it. It's tricky. This is one of the ones I find the trickiest. But if you can move your phone away from your desk or put it in your bag in the office or put it in a different room at home or wherever you are, give it a go. The other thing we did used to do is we had this app, and there's loads of apps now. And this app was called Forest. And it was basically an app that stopped you going on your phone because you'd plant a tree for a set amount of time on this app, say 40 minutes, Pomodoro effect.
And the longer you set it, wasn't it like the bigger the tree?
The bigger the tree, yeah. And then if you successfully didn't go on your phone for that 40 minutes, you would have this beautiful pixelated tree in your forest. If you went on your phone within that 40 minutes, it would die. You could also add friends on this. So I remember doing it with uni friends and we could see each other's trees. So I could see how, flourishing people's forests were. Not gonna lie, I didn't lick people's trees off. No. But it was a really nice thing to do. Don't do it anymore, and I feel like I should get it back.
Yeah, I think what was good about that one as well is it's not like it blocks your phone. So say someone is calling you and you have to answer it and it's important, you can do that.
Yeah.
You are going to have a dead tree in your forest, but it's not like you can't.
Yeah.
So yeah, I found that really helpful as well, to be fair.
Excellent.
Okay, this is something that we harp on and on and on about, but romanticising your setup and having a clean, nice setup. I think romanticising, you don't even need to romanticise it. It can literally be like not having 20,000 mugs on your surface. And even for me, like I bought some laptop wipes from Amazon the other day and just cleaned my laptop because it was filthy. It was covered in shit. It was actually quite embarrassing. I felt embarrassed to get it out. But now that I have a clean laptop, I feel more productive. It's so superficial. It's so like silly, but it works for me, like to have a nice setup and like
massive.
Yeah.
A clean setup. I'm often getting the anti-bac, spraying my desk down and wiping it down because I actually do think it helps with my productivity. And then adding to that, I like having a bouquet of flowers on my desk. I like having a candle lit. I even am a bit neurotic to the sense I like to have my notepad straight, in line with my laptop. Should I have said that? Christ. Oh, get out. No, but like, when you just got like all your pens and things thrown across your desk and it's all like slants across. No, there's a part of me that actually quite likes things just straight and lined up.
On notepads as well, I just love having a new fresh notepad. Yeah. And that does, again, you might be thinking, does that actually make you more productive? Yes, it does for me. And like when I intentionally write neat, when you're scrolling on the notepad and you're looking back at your notes and it's all just a mess. But when you're like writing really neat notes, I'm like, God, I'm I'm a queen.
Yeah,
Look at me go.
agree.
Like, I love it. Well, like a new pen. I love stationery. Oh, get
Treat yourself to some stationery. That will honestly help your productivity. Some cheap stuff, but it does help.
I suppose this productivity, we are at the moment quite focused on work, aren't we?
But this also goes for studying.
Yeah, but I'm like, if you're cleaning your room, you ain't going to buy anyone.
No, you can light a candle and put some tunes on. Romanticize your
Fair enough.
environment.
Yeah.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So, boring one, but it's got to be said, is
To-do list.
to-do list. To-do list. I'm not going to ramp on about this, but a lot of people don't have to-do lists, by the way. And I don't mean to call Peter out, but I'm going to call Peter out. He doesn't have a to-do list. And he's a corporate king. I like to write my to-do list down. I like to break it down into smaller segments. I like to highlight. People often talk about my notepad at work.
Saying what?
How useful it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah. People walk past and go, God, this is gorgeous. Not to toot my own trumpet or anything, but I just will write down, each day a to-do list. And I work on different drug products. So I write down the 2 that I work on, and I have a list under each of what I need to get done. If I'm pending, this is so boring. If I'm pending something from someone before I can action an item, I'll put it in a certain colour, I'll highlight it in a certain colour. If it's a priority, I'll highlight it in a different colour. Things like that. Less of a priority can move on to the next day. Highlight that in a different colour. So my notepad is a big, colourful, beautiful to-do list, and people always comment on it. So, and it helps. It does help, but it just helps compartmentalise your day, see it more clearly, makes it feel less overwhelming as well. Because you can see, okay, I know I've got to get this task done by the end of the week. Today I'm going to do that chunk of it. And then if I do that chunk tomorrow and that chunk the next day, then I
think the breaking down part is really important.
Yeah.
Like if you've got to, for me at the moment, I'm writing a big playbook thing, which I'm in the middle of it. It's already 25 pages. And it needs to be longer. But if I just write a playbook, I'll be like, ugh, that's horrendous. Right. Let's break this down. I don't know. Research what you need for the introduction, or do you know what I mean? Really, really break it down, and it helps so much. I think another thing as well. So my to-do lists are just on an Excel spreadsheet. So I'll have a list which is priority tasks, and then the next column is additional tasks. And I'll only make sure that there's if I can, no more than 3 things in the priority tasks, and then once I've complete something like that, I can move something else into it. So it stops you being oh my gosh, I've got so much to do. Just focus on those 3 things, and then you can sort of filter your way through.
Yeah.
And that's my list.
That's to-do list tips. And I think we'll move on to the to-do lists and bore yourself senseless.
Okay. Reward yourself.
Yeah.
Dangle that carrot. Give yourself a reward for doing a piece of work or something.
Can you give me an example, a genuine example of a reward you would realistically give yourself on a day-to-day basis?
A coffee.
I do, indeed. Win myself, crikey. Coffee.
I know how to treat yourself.
Yeah.
Well, okay, going to a nice cafe and getting yourself a coffee. I think that's a nice treat.
You don't do that though.
Sometimes.
It is tough. And the reason I asked you that is because when you're working 5 days a week, how many rewards can you give yourself for doing the basics? I hear you though, and I hate to bring it back to the hot drinks, but I won't let myself go get a cup of tea till I've finished a certain task sometimes, and that kind of is the reward, just getting up but other than that, I'm trying to think of a big task, if I'd give myself...
You are right. You don't want to be, getting yourself a chocolate bar after every 40 minutes of work you've done.
Yeah.
There's got to be... But I suppose a reward could even be scrolling on your phone.
I don't think we should be promoting that.
No.
Reading 5 pages of your book.
Great reward. It's a tricky one.
It is a tricky one.
Again, I think it's clear that we're not pros.
To be honest, though, the rewards is doing the task itself and that sense of accomplishment sometimes.
Yeah, ticking it off your to-do list.
Yeah, that is a bloody reward. So
let's move on from rewards.
Okay, so another one would be to just do one task at a time. Try not to dip your toes into everything at once. That is hard. I know, and our attention is grabbed in all sorts of different directions frequently. But if you can try and minimize those distractions and just focus on one thing, that is helpful. Sometimes I even close my emails and Teams if I'm working on a specific task and feel like no one will need to contact me in that period. Because actually, this is something I have done. I have muted my Teams notifications from popping up, so I can see there's a notification down there, but I don't get a big message going, Olivia Arnold just messaged you, hi Millie, ... and then my attention's already somewhere else. Okay, what do they want? It just helps me focus and not get pulled into that whirlwind.
I think, yeah, and this is quite specific to the corporate king and queens, but for me, like with emails, I could spend my whole day on emails doing email ping pong, email table tennis, back, forth, back, forth. I've always got emails to answer. I've always, and some of it, obviously a lot of it is important, but there is also other big pieces of work that I need to be working on that aren't related to an email thread. So I'll like check my emails in the morning, or I try to do this, check my emails in the morning, and then I'll like close them down and I won't check them again to the afternoon. Again, it's very dependent on your line of work and this, that, the other. But if you can do that, it's useful because people, like you said, people and things are always trying to grab your attention. No, you're not allowed it. And I'm going to like try and pull an example here for cleaning your room because I realise all we're talking about is bloody corporate stuff. But if you're tidying up a drawer, tidy up that one drawer. Don't start getting your attention drawn to, oh, wait, I want to dust my bookshelf. Oh, no, I'm going to do this. Just do one thing at a time. And that is the task in hand. And yeah, nothing more to add. So this is one if you feel like you're having a bit of a productivity slump. And this kind of does link into a bit of the first one. But is to find a way to refresh yourself. And by this, I mean, we have a few ways I've found. So one we spoke about earlier, go for a walk, a quick 5-10 minute walk. You need to try and remove yourself completely from that environment or that sense of being, whatever you're doing. So if you can, go for a quick walk, go for a quick walk. Another one I found really helpful is having a shower. I find showers so refreshing and yeah, they just sort of rinse off all that cloudy fogginess for me sometimes. Obviously, it's a bit tricky if you're in the office or you're on site. You can't do that. But I have found that quite helpful. If you can do your works in a different room, try that. Take your laptop down to the kitchen or the living room. Sometimes I think you need to see some different four walls. Again, this only applies to certain things. I'm very aware of that. But I don't know. I think those little things can really help me if I'm just really not getting anywhere and my brain is not in it and I just want to sit there scrolling on my phone. I find those can be quite beneficial. Yeah, so I suppose this is like, instead of the Pomodoro, say you're in the middle of your 40 minutes and you're like, my brain, I can't do this. Like just something isn't clicking, you're really struggling, whatever. Then it is giving yourself the grace to say, right, I'm going to stop. And I'm going to reset and change my state because I'm not getting anywhere and I'm wasting my time here. I think that's the key word is reset. Yeah. And I struggle to find it there. But it's reset. Reset yourself and hopefully that will help. Desperate times. You don't need to wash your hair. You don't need to put a hair mask in. No. Just have a quick rinse. Anything else you want to add? Some people find it a lot easier, and I'm not sure if I agree, but they're more productive when there's like someone else around. Actually, I do agree with this. If there's someone else around you, with you, to almost keep you accountable. Now, I don't mean this as in like you sat next to your friend and you just gossiping while you're trying to get work done, but it's more like, say you're working in a coffee shop or a library or the office or a co-working space. There's people around you working. Like it does give you a little bit of a boost and you don't want to just sit there with your laptop open on your phone, like scrolling through TikTok. Like it is a bit of a guilt thing, like a bit of shame of other people looking at you. But sometimes it's the only way to get you to do stuff is to feel that bit of shame and get on with it. Completely. Because I find sometimes if I'm working from home and I'm just, you know, in my living room and no one's around me, of course I'm going to scroll on TikTok. Of course I'm going to not focus. But you kind of have to when you're around other people. So I do think that helps.
Yeah, I agree. Like they almost subconsciously hold you accountable. It's just like get on with it and yeah, be productive. But I find working with you helpful.
Yeah.
Just we don't do the same thing. We have completely different jobs. I don't know what you're doing on your laptop. You don't know what I'm doing on mine. But seeing you just getting on with it, I'm like, all right, if Olivia can do it, I can do it. Let's go. Like there is a subconscious effect there for sure.
I think it's also important to add that you don't always have to be productive. I feel like there's a bit of like, and we're probably adding to this discourse, but there is a bit of a discourse that like, you've got to be productive all the time and you've got to be churning out outputs and doing this, that, the other. And you need to, when you're at home, you need to be tidying your room and scrubbing kitchen walls. And you don't have to always be productive on it. I know it's obviously different if you're working and getting paid for your work, but like sometimes you can just be.
Yeah, you can just relax. You can just lay in bed and watch something on Netflix. I also think it's important to remember that even at work, not everyone is productive all the time. So even your managers and your managers probably have days where they're feeling less productive. Obviously, it's different if you've got an imminent deadline, you've got all these important calls, blah, 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 or whatever it is you do for work. But we all have those days where we don't feel quite as on it. And that's because we're human beings. And you can try these methods to help you be more productive, but if it's sometimes just not clicking, it's sometimes just not clicking. And
I think me and you are really bad at like, say we're not working and it's like the weekend or it's after work, we finish work, shut our laptops, done. We'll look at each other and be like, now what? And I feel like we always feel like we need to be doing something productive. Right, should we film a podcast?
Yeah.
Right, let's go forward, let's get our steps in.
Yeah.
But there has to always be some sort of
clean outro.
But we have to keep each other accountable and say, we've had a day at work. We are allowed to just sit and read or sit and watch the TV. That is allowed.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
I don't think many people will relate to that.
I don't know. I think there will be some people.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
It's a real struggle.
But sometimes it's productive to be unproductive.
Mic drop. The second time I said that today, and I've never said that before in my life. So, well, thank you very much, guys.
Yes.
And we're now going to go and be unproductive.
Yes, it's a Friday that we're filming this, which is very unlike us.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have a very unproductive weekend.
Me too.
And I can't wait.
An unproductive weekend of drinking and having giggles.
Yes.
So yeah. Have a lovely weekend, day, whatever it is for you guys. And we'll catch you in the next one.
Thanks,
Thank you.
guys.